Welcome back to Assembly Bethesda On Air. I'm Hein Fogarty, and I am absolutely thrilled you're joining me today, because we're about to embark on a journey into something truly remarkable, the profound meaning embedded within the very stones of those massive medieval churches we call Gothic cathedrals. Specifically, we're diving into the Gothic Cruciform, exploring body, blood, soul, and divinity in darkness. Now, before we get too deep, let's unpack that initial term, cruciform. It simply means cross-shaped. And when you glance at the floor plans of iconic structures like Notre Dame or Chartres Cathedral, you immediately notice this distinct Latin cross form. The long part is the nave, stretching east to west, and then you have the shorter arms, the transepts, cutting across it. The altar, the heart of the worship, is always at the eastern end, essentially where the head of this architectural body would lie. It's no accident, friends. This design is a deliberate statement, a sermon in stone.
You see, this isn't just some random architectural choice. The master builders and profound theologians of the Middle Ages weren't just thinking about structural integrity. They saw the entire church building as a tangible representation of Christ's body on the cross. Think about it. The long nave, where the congregation gathers, becomes the torso and legs stretching out, and those beautiful transepts extending horizontally symbolize Christ's outstretched arms in sacrifice. The whole edifice is strategically oriented towards the rising sun, a powerful symbol of hope and resurrection. It's breathtaking, isn't it? To walk into such a space is to immediately grasp a visual sermon, a profound theological statement etched into every beam and every stone, long before a single word of liturgy is ever spoken. It truly prepares your spirit for what's to come.
Now, let's tie this deeply into the concepts of body, blood, soul, and divinity. These terms come directly from Catholic teaching on the Eucharist, a central mystery of faith. It's the belief that when the bread and wine are consecrated, they don't just symbolize Christ, they become the real presence of Christ, his body, blood, soul, and divinity. It's not merely a metaphor, it's a full reality. In a cruciform church, the architecture isn't just echoing this, it's reinforcing it at every turn. The entire building houses the altar, the sacred space of sacrifice, where that miraculous presence is made real again. When you walk down the nave, you're not just moving through a building. It feels like you're approaching the very cross itself. And the idea of blood enters the picture profoundly through sacrifice. The cross is where Christ's blood was shed, the ultimate price of redemption. In Gothic settings, this is often depicted in crucifixes, in vivid altarpieces, and in the very shape of the church, reminding everyone of that ultimate outpouring of love.
Moving on to soul, this goes much deeper than just the physical form. The soul is the very life principle, the spiritual essence. And the cruciform plan isn't just physically present, it's alive with profound meaning. The soul of the church is truly the gathered faithful, all of us united in worship, animated by grace. The structure itself beautifully supports that communal soul, drawing people together under one grand unifying cross. And then there's divinity, the capstone, the grandest concept of all. It's the awe-inspiring understanding that God himself, infinite and transcendent, chose to enter into this human form. Gothic architecture brilliantly captures this with its pointed arches and soaring spires, literally pushing upward, reaching for the divine. Yet it's always grounded in the cross, the ultimate symbol where divinity humbled itself, taking on flesh. Here's a fascinating element. Darkness is absolutely key in Gothic design. These interiors, especially before electricity, could feel quite shadowy. Thick stone walls and high vaults naturally create pools of gloom. But guess what? That was often deliberate. Darkness represents the fallen world, sin, and the tomb.
This deliberate darkness isn't meant to scare us. It serves as a canvas for the dramatic entrance of light. Then comes the light. Those monumental stained glass windows, truly wonders of art and engineering, transform raw sunlight into cascades of vibrant color, painting biblical stories, the lives of saints, and the life of Christ across the interior. Light literally pierces the darkness, just as divinity breaks through suffering and despair. The contrast is incredibly powerful, evoking a sense of awe and profound wonder that I personally find utterly captivating. This interplay of light and dark mirrors the Paschal mystery itself: death in darkness, resurrection in glorious light. The cruciform building holds both these realities. You stand in shadow, you look toward the altar bathed in ethereal color, and you can't help but sense the triumph of life over death. And how did they achieve this? Gothic builders were incredibly ambitious, using ingenious flying buttresses to support thinner walls, allowing for those massive, breathtaking windows. It was engineering in absolute service of theology, creating spaces that truly lifted the human spirit toward God. This architectural form isn't just for contemplation. It also profoundly guides worship. Consider the processions, often moving along the nave, always purposefully toward the east, toward the altar. It's a spiritual journey, friends, from the symbolic darkness of the west door to the radiant light of Christ at the eastern altar. In the Eucharist, all these intricate layers of meaning truly converge: the body given, the blood poured, the soul united, the divinity made present. The entire church building becomes an extension of that sacred mystery, a powerful place where heaven genuinely touches earth. What's amazing is this symbolism isn't locked in history. It's alive. Visit a Gothic cathedral today, and it still resonates. The scale humbles, the light inspires, and the cross shape reminds you of love's immense cost. So the Gothic cruciform isn't just old stone. It's a profound, living declaration: in the body stretched on the cross, in blood shed, in soul offered, in divinity incarnate, darkness gives way to eternal light. Thank you for joining me today. God bless, and until next time.